Hello there, Virgo. How are you today? Let's do your energy check-in for today. I hope you're doing well. I hope that everything is starting out great for you today. If you're watching this first thing in the morning, that's awesome. Also, remember that these are timeless readings and you are here when you're meant to be here because your intuition told you to come here, right? There's a message here that you are supposed to pick up. If you don't mind, share that in the comment below. And in the comment box below. And if you'd like to claim this reading for yourself, that would be great too, because I have a feeling this is going to be great. This is going to be good. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, here we go. Four of Cups. Wow. So Four of Cups. So here's the thing, Virgo, you like everything to be very stable, and you don't really like it when things are kind of obviously like an upheaval, things that have been turned upside down. And you may be in a situation right now where if you are being offered something that like love, for example, you may be kind of pushing it away from you because you're so used to things being kind of even keel right now. You kind of like that. Things are just kind of like this. And you're afraid to take in something new that can really kind of, upend everything. You may also feel a little bit apathetic, like you're just kind of like, meh, or you're bored with your current situation. But understand here, you're being offered something new. And the thing is you have to let go of the past. This is you staring at your current situation and saying, okay, you're trapped in your thoughts about your past. And understand that you're going to have to turn around and accept that cup. Otherwise, universe will continue to try to give it to you, and then you're going to ask yourself, why hasn't anything changed in my life? Well, sometimes you need to see things from a different perspective, right? Just like the Hangman. And you see things from a different perspective and see that someone is trying to offer you something. The universe is literally giving you something, but you may not see it right now. So keep your head up. All right, we've got the Queen of Swords. So you're gaining a lot of clarity. And not only that, you're becoming very intuitive. And the thing about the Queen of Swords, they're very direct. They're very honest, but very direct. And so sometimes they can be very sharp with their tongues. And so be careful that you're not, just creating enemies out there because you're so direct and so precise. And you are very independent, and if somebody kind of comes up to you and tries to tell you what to do, you're going to swing that big old sword right at them. So just be very careful. It's okay. That's great to get to that. This is a very strong card, and this is perfect for you right now, Virgo, because things were so unclear that now you see things so differently and you have such clarity and power. But just be careful. That power, can help you or it can hurt you. So the Tower, right? So here, the reason you are so, you have your sword up because you're ready to just cut out whatever is not serving you because you have undergone this upheaval in your life. And the Tower is not a really bad card. It looks bad, right? Because everything's falling apart in your life and everything's been turned upside down. However, the Tower card is meant to teach you something important about yourself. It's almost like a revelation. What did it reveal about you? What strengths, what weaknesses, what did you learn about yourself? And it'll continue to appear for you and remind you until you learn what that lesson is. Temperance. So you're getting this a lot because the universe is trying to tell you to be patient, to try to create balance in your world, to create moderation, and to also trust. Trust in divine protection, trust that the universe has something wonderful for you, that this is about harmony and tranquility and peace. So, she's standing there. She's supposed to be at peace, right? But yeah, this is about peace, balance, moderation, okay? So meditate a little bit. That's just what I got. Kind of slow down and meditate a little bit. Get in touch with your higher self. Look at this, Queen of Cups. You've got two queens here. So you are really getting in touch with your divine self. The Queen of Cups is like the psychic of the tarot. And she is so in touch with her feelings and other people. She's very comforting, very nurturing, which is, perfect for you, Virgo, because you are very comforting. You're one of the luckier signs, believe it or not, the way that I see it, because in this sense, although you go through Tower moments, you always come out on top. And look, you've got the Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups here. Those are pretty powerful cards. You're in a powerful position right now. Okay, the Hangman. So, just as I'd said before, we've got the Hanged Man. You're seeing things from a different perspective. So, again, for those of you who are new here, if I'm starting to call out the cards before they show up, before I flip them over, it tells me that we are resonating with one another, that the messages are coming through, and that these are your true messages. The Hangman, earlier, I was talking about, seeing things from a different perspective, right? And again, you're being reminded here, not just with the Four of Cups, but now with a major arcana to say, yo, turn around, pick up the card, or pick up the cups. Stop seeing life as this boring, stable, Three of Cups. No, turn around. You've got something wonderful that's being handed to you, almost like a new cup, right? So see things from a different perspective. It's okay. I know that you like stability, but receive that why did I say Ace of Cups? Receive this cup, okay? Because the universe will continue to keep giving that to you. Another Cups card here. You've got the King of Cups. So now you've got the King, the Queen, and the Queen here. Again, you are coming out on top. King of Cups is emotional balance, right? The balance between the head and the heart. Very wise, very approachable, and you are really seeking to find emotional fulfillment. And that if there are things that come to you that aren't emotionally fulfilling or doesn't seem right to you, you have no problems Xing that out of your life, because you're reminded that if you continue on the same patterns as before, you will keep having these tower moments until you learn the lesson that universe is trying to teach you. You are not going to transform, right? That's why we get the Death card, is to remind us you need to transform. And how you transform is you learn your lessons. Ten of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is you working on your legacy. This is a Virgo card, by the way. This is creating generational wealth, stability. If you can hear the sirens in the background, this is your card, and it's calling out to you, saying, "Don't worry. Keep going in your direction, in the positive direction you're going, because you're building something wonderful." You see, you now have the Queen and King of Cups here, and they're happy. They're sitting together, very content. There's harmony and balance in the family here, in the family unit. Seven of Swords. Be aware of the things that are not necessarily on your side, okay? If this is why you get the Queen of Swords, is because moments where you have doubts about something or someone, pay attention, because your intuition is correct. Versus, just kind of ignoring it. Universes, don't ignore it. Trust your intuition. If you feel as though someone is being deceptive or things don't appear correct to you, then pay attention. It's probably deception. All right, we've got Five of Swords. Look at that. Now, Five of Swords is about conflict. And because you have this big old sword, you have no problems. You're so brave. You have no problems, going out there and dealing with conflict, telling people how it is, right? Because you are pretty straightforward. And so here's the thing. The Five of Swords is about winning at all costs. And the thing here is, you don't have to have all of the swords, that you can find compromise, that you can find another way to communicate with other people so that you have balance and harmony. Now, I understand that maybe someone may come up to you and you realize that they're being very deceptive, right? And you're going to challenge them. And then now you've got conflict. This might be a family member, a coworker, whatever, but now you're like ready to go. You're like, bring it, right? But here's the thing. Ask yourself, is it worth fighting or checking them on it, right? Because the negative energy, remember, karma here is at play, and the negative energy you put out, you're going to get right back to you. So if you need to stand up for yourself, like the Seven of Wands, that's okay. But remember that you can choose not to engage in this conflict. It's okay that you see if somebody's being deceptive, but you can choose to communicate and then walk away, right? The Moon. Yeah, so things aren't as clear, right? If there is something that's kind of not setting right with you, trust your intuition. You have so many cards here that's all about your intuition. Here's one of them. So trust your intuition. And it's interesting that this guy is underneath the Moon here, right? Because this guy is trying to steal the swords. And you can't see it. But universe is saying, beware of deception, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. If someone or something doesn't seem right, you're probably correct. You're probably correct. And yeah, sure, it's okay to check them on it, but you don't have to stay here and dwell on it and make sure and end up taking everybody else's swords. Who cares, right? You have your big sword. You don't need other people's little swords. That's the way I see it. All right, Two of Swords. Yeah, you're going to have to make a decision here, a big decision about your life. Okay, and I have a feeling that this is going to have to do with past hurts and this Tower moment, letting go of the burdens, letting go of the hurt from the past, and allowing yourself to transform. Eight of Wands. Yeah, it's moving, and it's moving fast. You're going to have to make this decision here quickly, because you have so much momentum and everything is working out in your favor that you're going to end up wanting to move forward. And plus the Queen of Swords, she's not, she's a Swords card, right? You know, you would only need the Knight of Swords because that's faster moving. So she wants things done and she wants it done now. She's not that patient, I don't think. All right, here we go. What else is going on? King of Pentacles, again, abundance, stability, protection. You are coming around because you are so stable emotionally. You're also creating this abundance in your life. You're probably starting a new business or the head of a business, and you're so comforting and so comfortable. You're very approachable, and you're also very generous, like the Six of Pentacles. Knight of Swords, what did I say, right? I said, like the Knight of Swords, the only thing you'd need is the Knight of Swords, something to that effect, right? You've got the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is fast moving. You see, he's charging forward, right? So when you have these two cards, be aware of how you're communicating with people, because the Knight of Swords is fast moving, just like I said earlier. And you've got the Eight of Wands here, also movement. But the Knight of Swords will act without thinking about consequence. So be aware. Now, if you see this conflict because of this deception and you check these people, because you are a truth seeker, the Knight of Swords is a truth seeker, and you see this deception here and you check people on it, again, slow it down. Slow it down. You know, you don't have to go lopping heads off. You can just kind of check them, use your words, right? You know, communicate better, because you don't want to get trapped in that negative, you know, vortex. Yeah, it's really hard once we get, you know, we always talk about vibrating or existing in a higher energy level. When you get to these negative energy levels here, it's really hard to go back up. So just see it, right? See it, but don't engage in it, because once it brings you down, it's so hard to get that momentum to come back up again. And I don't want that for you, because you're doing so good. I just don't want you to end up going down, you know, and you don't need that, right? We don't need any more swords. Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're seeing that your life is changing and you have many decisions here, right? You've got the Two of Swords, but the Seven of Cups is showing you have so many options, which is a good problem to have, but you're going to have to make a decision here, right? You're going to have to make that decision, because you've got here the Seven of Cups. You can't stay in this state of dreaminess thinking about all the possibilities. You got to make a decision, okay? Queen of Wands. You've got the Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. And then you've got the King of Pentacles. So lots of suits here. You're in a position of power and leadership. Queen of Wands is confidence. This is the one that gets stuff done. She's the manifester. She's also incredibly attractive. So this is, again, for those of you who are new here, this is my glow up card. So this tells me that everything that's happened in the past is now bringing you back up, and you're glowing up, and you are a better version of yourself. This Star card, look at that. Beautiful maiden in the water. Again, hope, healing is being reestablished here because you've learned from the past. Four of Swords. Again, this goes with this card earlier, right? We were talking about taking a step back and seeing things from a different perspective. And the Strength card, that I love that this always comes up for you, because you are a very strong person. Virgo, you've gone through so many challenges in life that your inner strength, your fortitude has truly been tested. And you see that there's more than one way to deal with challenges, that you don't have to engage in conflict and create problems for yourself. When that happens, you take a pause and see things from a different perspective and get in touch with your higher self. You see that? You have a lot going forward, moving this way here, but you have to know how to use all of this power, because you've got kings here, you've got queens, queens, queens. I mean, you are really in a state of just leadership and power. Just be careful. You've got a lot. You got a lot going for you. Knight of Cups, another court card, right? So another court card that tells me that you are moving towards something that is emotionally fulfilling. The other thing is someone may be coming towards you here that and offering you love. Remember when we got the Four of Cups earlier? Again, turn around, receive the blessing that's being given to you. Okay, don't miss out on this new emotionally fulfilling opportunity that's coming your way. Okay, all right, let's see what other messages you've got here. Guardian angel. Yeah, did you know you have guardian angels? Well, you have a guardian angel, and we all have our own, right? But we're surrounded by angels as well. If you ever get in these moments of frustration and hurt, tower moments, right? Don't forget to call on your guardian angel. You're never alone. They are there to help you. And I've had my own moments where I didn't believe, and then things happen in my life, and you're like, okay, all right, I'll stop being so stubborn. I get it. You're here. So yes, believe in your guardian angel. Pray, right? Just like this person here, the Four of Swords. Take a rest and pray. Manifestation. So you've got here the Queen of Manifestation, the Queen of Wands. So you are creating a beautiful life. You're going to have wish fulfillment. That's what's coming your way. You just have to, navigate a few things, some rocky patches, but that's okay. You're going to get to the end. You've got good stuff happening here. Vulnerability and freedom. So it's okay. Remember the Four of Cards earlier? There's a part of you that doesn't want to be vulnerable again because you have been hurt. But the thing is when you leave it to God or the universe to protect you, your guardian angel, you then have freedom. You have the freedom to express yourself, to show your authentic self. And that's really what we're after, right? That's kind of like what, if you kind of pay attention to the challenges you've had in your life, the best way that you've ever overcome it is to show up as your authentic self, right? And get in touch with your higher self. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable, because it will give you that freedom. Because you don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to be the imposter. You can just be yourself. And it's okay to be vulnerable, but that will definitely give you that freedom. All right, opportunity and change. Yeah, you're given so many new opportunities here, that you have a legacy that you're building, generational wealth that you're building, and you have so much change. And you've got the momentum here of the Eight of Wands and also the Knight of Swords. You've got movement, you've got energy, you've got another Knight here. It's all about moving. I really truly believe you're moving towards whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. So this is why earlier I kept telling you, make sure you're putting out positive energy, because what you put out, that's what you're manifesting. Be aware that what you are putting out truly is what comes out. I mean, the universe hears you. So if you say everything sucks, well, guess what? You get more of it, right? But if you truly believe that everything is going to work out in your favor, believe it, say it out loud. Have the universe hear it from you, and that's going to come back your way. Just make sure you take all of the actions that are coming from your authentic self so that you end up exactly where you want to go. All right. Thank you again for being here, Virgo. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Welcome to my new viewers. And if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and like and subscribe. And don't forget to leave me a comment. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.